Nah, I don't buy this shit at all.
I definitely think the thing I should have done is...
I bet
How could you expect, I guess what I'm asking, how could you expect to not have any problems at your network, which is hip-hop based for the most part, would you say? Or at least the people you surrounded yourself with are hip-hop based. And then you start bringing in Richard Spencer. Can you talk to me about the decision to bring Richard Spencer on your show, on your Tuesday show, with no black people present?
It wasn't on the Tuesday show, but it was. I arranged a debate between Destiny, who's like a very popular left-wing commentator, and Richard Spencer. And I really didn't think, like, in terms of the other hosts, I didn't think this would be an issue, primarily because of the fact that, I mean, AD had been the one who wanted to have us interview Nick Fuentes, or we did like a debate, I guess, quote unquote, at a certain point a couple months ago. But I guess he felt different about the Richard Spencer thing or what.
Here's a question, and this is what I don't understand. This is why I don't believe this narrative. Why didn't anybody care about the Nick Fuentes thing? Because that seemed like a way bigger deal. But I don't remember hearing about any of that resonating with this community, unless I missed it. But now with all the firings and everything, now I feel like people are just jumping onto that Adam Spencer thing. And they're just like, Adam Spencer's the reason why. I don't believe that. I think the Nick Fuentes thing was a way bigger deal, but they didn't care. I don't think they care about the Richard Spencer thing either.
Whatever. And the other criticism I saw from Van Lathan was just that the debate was a little bit too much of a debate, that we didn't really take time to dig into the creation of the alt-right and racist statements that Richard Spencer's made in the past and everything, because his narrative that he's pushing now is that he's a changed man and he doesn't, harbor ill will towards whoever. And I mean, in the context of a debate, I didn't think it would be that controversial for us to platform it.
So, Adam, I admire the business that you've built, and I don't think any idiot could do it. Would you say that one of the criticisms were that you handled Richard Spencer with kid gloves?
Nah, I don't buy this shit at all.
I definitely think the thing I should have done is...
I bet this guy included, the Budden guy included, I bet they didn't even watch the show. I bet they didn't watch the interview. Put money on it.
I should have pulled back at a certain point, and I should have tried to really zero in on any kind of negative statements about black people or anything racist in general. Because it seemed like we focused more on the like liberal conservative binary and less on the perception of him or the reality of him having, inspired a lot of hate over the years.
So yes, you acknowledge that one of those criticisms are that you handled him with kid gloves.
Yeah, I mean, it probably should have been more of an interview. It probably should have spent more time on, let's go over some of the major things.
I don't think I would have agreed. Well, I mean, Adam doesn't have to give a fuck about me, but I don't think I would have agreed to that interview. If it would have just been like, we're going to come here and we're going to go over all the bad statements that Adam Spencer has made about black people, and we're going to have a good talk on how you, like, boring. Get me the fuck out of here for that shit. Get out of here for that hand-wringing bullshit. What a boring fucking conversation that would have been. Fuck me. Fuck out of here.
Things that you've been associated with that are kind of ugly. Or very ugly.
Spencer has way more name recognition amongst
I definitely failed to a certain extent by not spending more time on that, given my audience and how a lot of people in my audience probably would have wanted to hear more about all that.
And by kid gloves, I mean you handled him with a certain care. That's what I'm attempting to say. On my podcast, one of my criticisms of you was as a white man occupying space in the hip hop.
Debate Budden on this? If he ever wanted to, but I don't know if he would. The identity politics shit on all these communities are so fucking great. I mean, if he wanted to, I'd talk to him, but oh my god, it sounds exhausting.
Space that you should probably handle more of these rappers and black people with care as you report on them. You don't see that parallel?
No, I see it for sure, but it's also like when I'm interviewing a rapper, it feels more.
Wait. Do you not see how it would look away that you handle a known Nazi with more care than you do some of our greatest entertainers?
Well, number one, I kind of resent the idea that I'm like so insanely hard on most rappers, because I interview rappers all the time where I avoid huge chunks of controversial shit that I could be asking them just out of respect, because I know they've talked about it on other platforms, etc. My only thing I could say to defend the tone of the Richard Spencer debate was that he didn't say anything racist during the debate necessarily, or at least I didn't really pick up on anything too much.
That's awesome.
Huh?
That's awesome.
It's being sarcastic.
Because that would have made, in the context of a debate, it just didn't really feel like I should have gone through the greatest hits of like, these are the most messed up things you've ever done or whatever. I mean, I wish I had, because it definitely would have helped to cushion some of the criticism we got from doing that interview. But also,
Nope,
from my perspective, doing content, like, I want to push at the edges of what's considered acceptable. And Richard Spencer is somebody who's basically been blacklisted from the media for the last,
I wish that, I'm happy for Zerka and I'm good. I wish that me and Adam would have had another show to do without Zerka on it, where we could have gone over, because we were going to go over like the house phone and everything, all the serious shit on that Zerka show, but then it ended up being like a Zerka show. I wish I had a chance with Adam to go over like everything that's happened, because I do think it would be an interesting chat with him. Wait, what is this even from? Destiny weird for saying ninja on NoJumper. When? There was a swear word bleeped out and they're all saying it was the N-word? Wait, where? Why? After he said Adam was hip-hop slave owner, he followed up with saying, and Adam said, yeah, we gotta cut that out. I'm here to I said I was here to rep, I'm pretty sure I said NoJumper V2. I was invited to your show of yours. I had to look up like 30 things. So I thought you were inviting me to fuck you. And
you thought I was black when you
no,
first
well,
got
yeah,
invited.
that too also. Well, because everyone said Adam does hip hop, so I didn't know you were just the slave owner and not the.
Wow.
Listen, I'm here to rep. Okay.
I like how.
Oh. I don't think they want attention being given to the NoJumper V2 subreddit, so they censored me saying NoJumper V2. Because these are the guys that all say Adam is a slave owner. That was the fucking joke. But then they censored that. And but even so, how are you gonna assume here that I said the N-word? Listen, I'm here to rep. Okay.
I like how. Oh Lord, bleep that.
Notice how when Cuxton needs something bleep. Imagine thinking I would ever give a fuck about anything in the show being bleeped ever. I have the most open life of all you. Oh God, this whole community is so fucking fragile. Jesus. Destiny, there's a slight cutoff when you say N. Clip me. Clip me. Clip me.